Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs of 11th March. First question is, who has been officially named as the world's oldest living person by Guinness World Records? Right answer is Kane Tanaka. So Miss Kane Tanaka, who is from Japan and who is 116 years old, has been honored as world's oldest living person by the Guinness World Records. If we talk about Japan, recently Mr. Yohei Sasakawa was given Gandhi Peace Prize for 2018. Mr. Yohei Sasakawa is from Japan and he was given this prize for his contribution in leprosy eradication. If we talk about few other events related to India and Japan, Dharam Ghazian is the first India-Japan joint military exercise. This exercise held in Mizoram. Apart from that, recently the Reserve Bank of India and Bank of Japan have signed a bilateral swap agreement for $75 billion. Apart from that, recently Dr. Ratan Lal has been honored with 2019 Japan Prize for his outstanding contribution to sustainable soil management. Japan was also in news because of its decision to withdraw from International Whaling Commission. So now Japan would be able to resume commercial whaling activities which were prohibited because of the fact that Japan was a member of International Whaling Commission. Japan will be the host of 2019 G20 Summit, the last G20 Summit held in Argentina in Buenos Aires, and this year it will be in Japan. The first G20 Summit held in 2008 in USA, and India will be the host of G20 Summit in 2022 when India will complete 75 years of its independence. Next is, who is the head of committee to formulate insurance cover for advocates? Right answer is Mr. Alok Srivastava. So recently, Government of India has constituted a 5-member committee to examine the issues related to insurance cover for advocates, and this committee will be headed by Mr. Alok Srivastava. Apart from that, if we talk about few other committees which were in news recently, IRDAI and NHA have formed a joint working group in order to curb the frauds in Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, and this working group will be headed by Mr. Dinesh Arora. In addition to that, recently IRDAI constituted a committee to identify systematically important insurers, and Mr. Praveen Kutumbe is the head of this committee. Apart from that, recently Chhattisgarh government has constituted a high-level committee under Mr. A.K. Patnaik to review the cases against tribals in Naxal-hit areas of Chhattisgarh. And recently CBDT, that means Central Board of Direct Taxes, constituted a committee to bring down the tax litigation, and this committee will be headed by Mr. Sanjeev Sharma. Apart from this, recently RBI constituted 8-member task force headed by Ms. Usha Thorat to examine the issues related to offshore rupee markets. In addition to this committee, RBI also constituted a committee for the revival of MSME sector, and this committee will be headed by Mr. U.K. Sinha. Next is, who led the Indian delegation at the first ever India-Japan Space Dialogue in New Delhi? Right answer is Indramani Pandey. So the first ever India-Japan Space Dialogue held in New Delhi. If we talk about the space agencies, ISRO is the space agency of India, while JAXA is the space agency of Japan. Recently, JAXA was in news as it has launched a satellite capable of delivering artificial meteor shower into Earth's atmosphere, and this is first of its kind. Apart from that, if we talk about Japan, it is an Asian country. The capital of Japan is Tokyo, and it will be the host of 2020 Summer Olympic Games, while the 2022 Asian Games will be in China. The capital of China is Beijing, the capital of North Korea is Pyongyang, while the capital of South Korea is Seoul. This is Yellow Sea, and this is Korean Strait. If we talk about North Korea, it was in news recently as the second summit between USA and North Korea recently held in Hanoi in Vietnam. The first summit between North Korea and USA, that means meeting between Mr. Donald Trump and Mr. Kim Jong-un, held in Singapore. Now coming back to Tokyo. So Tokyo will be the host of 2020 Summer Olympic Games, and recently Mr. Birender Prasad, who is the president of Indian Weightlifting Federation, was named head for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Maritoa is the official mascot of 2020 Summer Olympics, while Somaiti is the official mascot of 2020 Para-Olympics. Next is, who has become the first ever Thari Hindu woman to be elected to the Senate of Pakistan? Right answer is Miss Krishna Kohli. So recently, Miss Krishna Kohli has become the first ever Thari Hindu woman to be elected to the Senate of Pakistan, and she chaired the session of Upper House of Parliament on the occasion of International Women's Day, that means on 8th of March. If we talk about Pakistan, it was in news recently as FATF, that means Financial Action Task Force, has decided to keep Pakistan in grey list. Presently, Iran and North Korea are in the blacklist of FATF. The headquarters of FATF is in France, in Paris. Pakistan was also in news because of India's decision to withdraw Most Favored Nation status. India granted MFN status to Pakistan in 1996. However, it should be kept in mind that Pakistan never granted MFN status to India. Pakistan was also in news as recently it declared sugarcane juice as national drink of country. And recently, Ms. Suman Kumari became Pakistan's first Hindu woman judge. Next is, the Center of Excellence for European Union Studies in India has been inaugurated in which of the following universities? Right answer is JNU. So recently, the European Union and Jawaharlal Nehru University inaugurated Jean Monnet Center of Excellence for European Union Studies. If we talk about European Union, it was recently in news as Germany, France, UK set up European Union Iran payment channel to continue trade with Iran by bypassing US sanctions on Iran, and the name of payment channel is INSTEX. INSTEX stands for Instrument in Support of Trade Exchanges. If we talk about headquarters of European Union, the headquarters of European Union is in Brussels. Brussels is the capital of Belgium. Brussels is also the headquarters of NATO. NATO stands for North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Recently, NATO was in news as Macedonia signed agreement to join NATO. Macedonia will be the 30th member and it will formally join NATO in 2020. Macedonia also signed agreement with Greece, under which Macedonia agreed to change its name to Republic of North Macedonia. So now the official name of Macedonia is Republic of North Macedonia. In fact, the headquarters of SWIFT is also in Belgium in Brussels. SWIFT stands for Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications, and recently Ms. Arundhati Bhattacharya became the head of SWIFT India. Next is, who has been designated as new Finance Secretary of India? Right answer is Mr. Subhash Chandra Garg. So recently, Mr. Subhash Chandra Garg has been designated as the new Finance Secretary of India. If we talk about few important secretaries, Mr. Pradeep Kumar Sinha is the Cabinet Secretary of India, while Mr. Vijay Kesav Gokhale is the Finance Secretary. Mr. Rajiv Gauba is the Home Secretary, while Mr. Subhash Chandra Garg is the Finance Secretary of India, and Mr. Sanjay Mitra is the Defense Secretary. Next is the principal bench of NCLT, that means National Company Law Tribunal, is located in which of the following cities? Right answer is New Delhi. So NCLT, that means National Company Law Tribunal, has been set up under Companies Act of 2013. It was in news recently as the Government of India has approved establishment of two new benches of NCLT, one in Amravati in Andhra Pradesh, another one in Indore in Madhya Pradesh. So presently there are total 14 NCLT benches and the principal bench is in New Delhi. So NCLT provides adjudication mechanism for the issues related to insolvency and bankruptcy. Now NCLT is related to companies while DRT, that is Debt Recovery Tribunal, is related to individuals. Now two new benches will be in Amravati and in Indore. If we talk about Indore, recently it was in news as it has been adjudged India's cleanest city as per Swachh Sarvekshan 2019. Indore is in Madhya Pradesh. If we talk about Amravati, Amravati is the capital of Andhra Pradesh, and recently it was in news as Chief Justice of India, Mr. Ranjan Gogoi, laid down the foundation stone for Andhra Pradesh High Court in Amravati. Andhra Pradesh was also in news as recently Indian Railway has decided to have one more railway zone, and the name of this new railway zone is Southern Coast Railways, and the headquarters of the Southern Coast Railways will be in Visakhapatnam. Apart from that, India's first mega food park was recently commissioned in Andhra Pradesh. Next is, which of the following sports federation has recently recognized as India's National Sport Federation? Right answer is Carom. So recently, the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports has granted provisional recognition to All India Carom Federation as a national sports federation. If we talk about few other sports federation which were in news recently, Wrestling Federation of India was in news as Mr. Brij Bhushan Saran Singh has been elected as the President of Wrestling Federation of India. This will be his third term. Apart from that, the Olympic Council of India, which is also a sport federation, was also in news as the General Assembly of Olympic Council of India has decided to include cricket in 2022 Asian Games. The 2022 Asian Games will be in China. It will be 19th edition of Asian Games. The Olympic Council of India was also in news as recently Sheikh Ahmed Al Fahad Al Sabah has been re-elected as the President of Olympic Council of Asia. He is a Kuwaiti politician and this will be his 8th term as President of Olympic Council of Asia. Apart from that, recently Mr. Mohammad Mustaq Ahmed has been elected as the Vice President of Asian Hockey Federation. The headquarters of Asian Hockey Federation is in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Malaysia was also in news as recently it became the 124th member of International Criminal Court. India is not a member of ICC. That means India is not a member of International Criminal Court. Next is, which state government has launched Mukhyamantri Anchal Amrit Yojana? Right answer is Uttarakhand. So recently, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Mr. Trivendra Singh Rawat announced this scheme, Mukhyamantri Anchal Amrit Yojana. So this is a free milk scheme for Anganwadi children. If we talk about Uttarakhand, recently Uttarakhand cabinet ratified renaming of Joli Grant Airport after Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Uttarakhand was also in news as after Srinagar, India's second tulip garden will be in Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand was also in news as recently it announced Atal Ayushman Uttarakhand Yojana. If we talk about Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, recently Mr. Thanga Darlong was given first Atal Bihari Vajpayee Lifetime Award by Tripura government. Mr. Thanga Darlong was given this award for preserving the musical form. Mr. Thanga Darlong is the last tribal musician to play rosham. Rosham is a bamboo-made flute-like musical instrument. Tripura was also in news as recently the state government announced Nutan Disha, that means New Direction Initiative, to provide training to school teachers. Next is, on which date Jan Aushadhi Divas is celebrated across India? Right answer is 7th of March. So 7th of March is celebrated as Jan Aushadhi Divas in India. If we talk about few other important days of March, 1st of March is the Zero Discrimination Day, and the theme of this year was Act to Change Laws That Discriminate. Apart from that, 3rd of March is World Hearing Day, while 3rd of March is also celebrated as World Wildlife Day, and the theme of this year was Life Below Water for People and Planet. On the other hand, 8th of March is International Women's Day, and the theme of this year Women's Day was Think Equal, Build Smart, Innovate for Change. Thank you, and that's all for the day.